our next race, we head to a track called Canyon Crossing. Well, seeing as I've used those other two new vehicles, we will go with the ETR1 for this final race. Yes, it's definitely got kind of a Lexus LFA front, kind of with a ridiculous wide body kit on the car. I might not have actually confirmed clicking on that vehicle. I was busy looking at it, so okay, yeah, we have got it. Well, that's an interesting. We've got a black and orange tunnel. I like this track immediately. It's always a bonus when there's a black and orange tunnel. Anyway, shall we see if we cannot get... We're not going to get screwed over by the start, but I am aware that the cars ahead may not have an opportunity to go for a launch bonus, so we got out of the way of that one. Oh, there's already tangling going on up ahead. Oh, I'm trying to stay out of that. I do not want to get in trouble. We could just have a nice, clean race. Oh, okay, you can go for an overtake there. I'm not going to do any flips because that's just asking for trouble. Oh, no, I didn't go for any flips. I was being sensible and I still got screwed over. And I got exploded. Ah. I think the car that's now ahead of me, I think when they hit the ground, like the splitter or something dug in, and that just stops them dead, sorry, and that is less than ideal. Really, when I've got, there's nothing I can do. When there's a car stopped directly ahead of you, I can't get out of the way in time. Unfortunately, the exploding made it worse because it took me longer to reset, so we have got some work to be doing. Oh crap, cars are resetting in front of me. We're going to stick around the outside. There we go. That's more like it. Right. Oh, no. Oh, I thought that was coming back across the track, and it wasn't. And I've got him. I've shunted him going, and I'm not going to have the speed. Oh, that was close. That was really close to not making it. Very close, but we're still going. We're in 11th. We're not quite last. I guess that's something at least. And we have still got plenty of time to hopefully work our way back up through the order. Going through a little bit of a bump draft for the McLaren that's going up up around the pipes. Don't know what the best line is at all through here, but I'm trying to sort of stick as kind of as low as I can. I don't know if sort of swinging up higher and trying to make the most of sort of momentum going downhill is a good idea. Oh, they're going to crash into one another. Well, I'm through that. I made it through that okay. We're up into 7th. If there could be some more mistakes from the leaders, that would be really quite helpful. Look at that, there's a 4-car battle going on in the distance. It is quite, as I said with the earlier supercar race, it's quite spectacular watching what's going on in the distance ahead of you. Fortunately, the game is loading the cars up far enough ahead, so you can kind of watch some of the silliness that is happening up ahead. Now we're going to plummet our way through. These courses are really quite well made. At times a little narrow for some of the really very, very quick cars. Having said that, the jumps are on the most part relatively smooth. A couple of places they've been a little bit bouncy on landing, but there we go. Well, we have recovered ourselves back up into 4th as we come to the end of this lap. I figured I might as well go out wide and grab the speed boost while I was there. Oh, these turns there, most of them are almost flat out. There's just a couple that catch you out because they aren't. They are not flat out, so I'm going to go for a dab on the brakes. Just a little confidence dab, essentially. All right, we are catching the cars ahead, helped by catch-up being turned on. I mean, the leader's got like no speed. It's quite difficult driving a supercar actually when you're leading these races and there's a big sort of split in the field when you've got like the full catch-up effect on because your car has just got no power. I'm playing that so risky, trying to gain any time. I should have learnt from my experience with the community race a little while ago, trying to play it risky with taking almost shortcuts across jumps and so on. It's never a good idea. It never ends well for me. But we did get away that time around. Come on, I want to be part of a 4-car battle for the lead. At the rate we're all kind of gaining, we may possibly... Oh, there's a car going for a loop. I don't think he meant to do that, but... He's got it around. We're into a podium spot. We are into a podium spot. We're the 2 leaders ahead, and I think the 2 leaders may have banged doors, slowed each other down. I am catching through the black and orange tunnel. We've got some teamwork going on with the correct colour scheme. Oh god, I'm a little twisted coming. I'm now worried about every little bit again. Fortunately, nice wide landing zones. Actually, a nice smooth landing there as well. Don't cock it up through here. There's change for the lead. The McLaren, I think, a little slow with the help of a slipstream for the LFA car is now up into the lead. I might be able to get a slipstream for second. I think the leader may have got a huge boost down there. We are slipstreaming like crazy, but it's going to be a little tough one to get right. Make sure we've got it turned. Indeed we have. We aren't going to go soaring off the course. McLaren's gone for the cutback. A good move, actually, from the McLaren as we fly down through the tunnel. The finish line is just up ahead. I've got big slipstream behind the McLaren. We're going to take second, but he's going to do it exactly back to me, I think. He's going to give us a little nudge as we cut. Oh dear, this is not going to end well, I don't think. Oh, this is going to end badly for one of us. I'm not quite sure who. Oh, I think it went badly. I'm keeping it straight this time. No, it's not going to work. Oh, sorry. I'll punt him across the line. I meant to get back into slipstream and misjudge the front, but I'll push him across the line for third. As, yeah, don't deserve second. I would try to keep it straight to minimise my run to the line, but the boost would probably have been a slightly better idea. It's worth a try. I guess I didn't really have anything to lose, because even if I hadn't, I think he would have slipstreamed past me anyway. That was some elegance from whatever car we were watching there. Just soaring off the map. Yeah, that's not quite the way that you want to do it. That was a good final lap, actually. I don't know who we were racing against. Yeah, that was a good final lap. Unfortunately, just a little too far back for me to do anything about the leader. The ETR1s did well that time out. We're going to have a backflip. Nope, we're going to land. We're going to freeze just before the car smacks into the ground. It is back to the rally cars for a look at the City Air track. I'm going to have a go with the Stratos lookalike, seeing as I haven't driven this car yet. Also, I've got to point out, you can kind of wear like racing suits and so on in these events now, which we're going to... We're going to, I guess, try not to make any bloody difference, but sure, bugger it, might as well give it a go. This track, well, I mean, they're all going to have big jumps, probably going to be loops around at some point. Maybe through some spinny, I was going to say spinny blades, but they're not really blades. Oh, wow. Okay, this looks cool. This looks cool already. There's quite a lot in the way of kind of circuit. Bloody hell, that countdown thing is so dodgy. I'm sorry to any cars that I kind of swerved in front of. I mean, this is just something that we're all going to have to kind of deal with, I guess. It's not intentional if I swerve in front of you, and the same goes for other cars and they swerve in front of me. It's not really intentional. It's just you're trying to stay out of trouble. There's been some big gains from some cars, big losses for me. God damn it. Okay, there's nothing I could do there. I was stuck on the outside. I was trying to lift because the catch-up is great for making the race exciting. However, if you get caught at the wrong moment with a car going slow, especially at a point like that, you get caught at that wrong moment and I've got nowhere to go. I've got nowhere to go, and cars are flying along with slipstream and so on. They can't necessarily even get on the brakes, even if they want to. They can't get on the brakes soon enough to slow it down. We're going to go for an aerial overtake. Oh, what an overtake that one was. Okay, that's my new favourite overtake. That is definitely my new best overtake I think I've done. It was such a clean aerial attack. Well, not attack, it's just such a clean aerial overtake. We landed just millimetres in front of the opponent's car. Oh, now we're flying down here into the tunnels. And the tunnels are pretty good for being nice and smooth. You can carry real speed around these banked turns. We are now about spat out back onto the road. I was trying to carry too much speed and we bumped the wall. We're up into 7th. So I guess a couple of cars up ahead may have fallen off, or we can kind of just see them in the distance tumbling their way off the top of a building. Ooh, that was close. Well, we're about to have some fun times with a couple of Quattros. We're going to get stopped here, though, and dropped down. Ooh, we've got a couple of cars ahead of us. Fun times, I think, are inbound for everybody. I've got so many Quattros around me. Oh, this is narrow. That's 2 cars wide. Oh, come on. I fitted 2 cars wide absolutely fine through there, but no, the car behind, of course, cannot. I get punted off and exploded. Well, there goes our fun race. Bloody typical. Yeah, well, that's a bit crappy, really. We're going to get dumped back into 10th. At least there are some cars around now to find a race. Oh, yeah, admittedly, me trying to fit 2 wide through that narrow section was ambitious, but trying to fit 3 wide isn't going to work. 2 wide was. Was that the end of a... No, it wasn't the end of the lap. So we've got another kind of tunnel here firing us back up into the air. The camera's actually doing a pretty good job at dealing with all of these changes of kind of elevation, the jumps and so on. The actual... I mean, apart from me not being able to do the loops very well from third person, and that's just a personal kind of preference, The camera, I think, must have been changed some way to work a bit smoother with these transitions. I mean, there's a little bit of time where, for example, here it's looking a little bit down rather than kind of giving you a good view, but I've never come across a point yet where we have had a real problem with simply not being able to see. It's, yeah, actually holding up really quite well. Okay, up ahead of us there is a Quattro and a Lancia. Look like they're fighting for position. Hopefully we can join in this, at least have some more battles going on. This is, well, it's all kind of competing over 7th place if we can get up to the other Stratos. Oh, oh, I was pushing my luck so much there trying to make up time. Very nearly ended up in the back of the Audi. We're going to get Mega Slipstream, of course, down here. That'll put us up into 8th place, although car behind is naturally going to now get Mega Slipstream as we come up the hill, which is probably the preferred place. I love how they just tyre marks appeared. I mean, they look like my ones, probably, from lap 1. We're going to get hung out to dry on the outside. I'm going to give him space. No point in arguing. This is perhaps not helping us with catching 7th. Nevertheless, it is good fun. We're going to now cross the jump. I think I'm safe to come back to the centre. Yet the Audi will more than happily go and sit in the slipstream to try and gain some ground. I can't really do anything about this bloody Lancia up ahead, unfortunately. Big airtime across the buildings. I wonder how many crazy flips and stunts and so on we've had going on from other cars that I haven't been around to witness throw it into the tunnel. I think it may lose a little bit of momentum. Oh crap, I'm trying to get the car banked. There we go, that actually worked quite well. I'm trying to get my car twisted so we could run smoothly off the banking, and that did actually work out okay for me, surprisingly, because we've made a big old gap back to the car behind. How are we gaining on the vehicle ahead? It does look like we are slightly. Indeed, yeah, we are now almost in slipstream territory. Now, we are going to lose. I don't actually want to be in slipstream territory because you do want to be slowed down to get across there. I think if you get stuck in the slipstream at the wrong moment, you could really get yourself catapulted off the course. Oh, I might have lost a little too much through there, potentially. Oh, he's playing that very, very risky. I've gone for a bigger lift. No, I think I've got a good line out of the turn, and that might be, well, it might be important. Just that. I just need the slipstream to be a little, like a couple of metres longer. I need to gain some ground somewhere. If he can mess up a landing or whatnot, that would be really helpful. I'm closing so marginally here. Use all of the racing lines I can possibly do. That's what we kind of need to be doing at this part of the race. It is infuriating. Of course, because we are so far back from the leaders, both of us have probably got, both probably at full power, which means that the catch-up is not really having much effect. He's actually made some ground through here. He's done a good job getting it into the tube. I have not done a particularly good job through here, and I'm miles back. I lost so much ground through there. I don't know how they, how I cocked that one up so much. We're going to be too far back to really challenge unless he makes a big mistake into the final corner, which is probably quite unlikely. Looks like there was a relatively close... Oh, I might actually... Don't quite know what happened to my car there. I've had an issue on the run into the final turn. Did look like there's a relatively close finish for first place out there. We're going to have to take 8th. Nothing I could have done on that one particularly. After, a rather poor start. Couldn't quite work my way back up through the field. Still, an interesting track, nevertheless. Now, next up, we're going to be trying a bike race, because the game was only giving us bike races, apparently. Us doing just car stuff is not exciting enough for it. So, yeah, things are probably going to end up with everyone crashing. I'm going to have a go with the new bike, the Gargoyle. I think this is a new bike anyway. I can't remember seeing it before, so let's give it a try. Bikes are interesting to drive on GTA. They're very fast, very incredibly fast. So yeah, going racing with these is not just kind of sort of acceleration and so on. They've got stupendous quarter speed. Holy crap, we have got chained tyres. Well, that's a first. That is a first indeed. I think everyone has got on the same bike, so it should all be completely even. Who knows what craziness this is going to have us try to do with these bikes. Now, I'm hoping it may be a little... Well, no. Okay, I lied. I was hoping it may be a little car. Oh, no, one person got... one of the guys got... I'm hoping it may be a little calmer race, simply because, well, bikes are nowhere near as wide as cars, so we can fit more of them into a corner, potentially. There is some bikes running very close to the edge. I've already got landed on, but that... if you can get it right, I say if you get it right, if you get landed on, but it just kind of clips the back wheel, you actually get boosted forwards, massively. So, yeah, that can be quite helpful. Oh, crap, I got stuck on the outside. I wanted to try and cut back, but just too many bikes around the place. We're being dumped all the way down to 10th place. Now it's getting very, very narrow. We're through. Somehow, we are through that mess, and still we go, side by side. I've lost a little bit. I had to lift through that section, lost a little bit of time. Oh, no, for God's sake. The race was going so bloody well, and we get nudged, and I think he fell off as well. So, yeah, that was not helpful. Also, that is not a good respawn at such a narrow point on the track. That is grinding along the outside of the course. Oh, my head nearly got taken off by the vehicle behind. We're through. That is a little bit narrow and nasty and scary. Now the jumps are coming. Sorry, I get no control over my bike. We're in mid-air. I can't really do very much. Oh, we're around the outside. I'm up into 5th. I'm going on the brakes here because God knows how well this thing is going to turn. This is an interesting course. That's one way to put it. Most definitely, we've not got the crazy loops and spinny stuff to deal with. I don't think we've... Oh, he's around the outside. That's a great manoeuvre around the outside of the pair of us there. I'm going to try and cut back to the inside. Nope, I can't do it. Wait, I don't have to. Someone met a tree. An unfortunate meeting, not a good place to have an accident with your bike, but there we go. Now we're actually racing back towards the city. Hey, we're going to move up to 4th as bikes are tumbling at the wayside. I might be joining them. Those curves are scary. I don't really like them. Oh no, piss. Can I save it? Oh, I hit the... oh wow, we actually survived that landing remarkably well. As I hit the jump, as I hit to leave the jump, my bike got twisted. I don't know quite why it twisted. Maybe I didn't approach it completely straight, so as we kind of hit the incline, that threw me off. No, it does. It kind of it twists you at an angle, that jump. Okay, well that's something to be aware of. Judging by the fact I'm now back up into 7th, I'm not the only one who has been having some issues with that. God, yeah, some of these ramps, as we go to leave them or enter them, are actually twisting the bikes. It's not by very much, but when you're travelling at these sort of speeds, it's enough to throw you off course. So that is something very much to watch out for. These ramps, okay, so the yellow ramps are okay. It's kind of the black ramps with the yellow stripe up the centre. They're the ones that we have got to watch out. See, the black and orange ramps, it'll be fine. It's, that's what it is. Are we now plummeting back towards... they're too wide, I'm guessing, for the lead over there. I think we're plummeting back towards the start-finish line at some point. Maybe. This is a really long track. I'd quite like to see how the cars would do, in all honesty, around this circuit. Unfortunately, it can only be driven with bikes. Each of the circuits can only be driven by a certain type of vehicle. Oh, no. Whoa! Bunny hop there from the bike ahead. I will take that position off you. Thank you very much. Now, these ramps, yeah, they do. They actually twist the bike. Oh, it's a point-to-point race. That would explain it. That would explain it. Oh, and he's going to get the pair of us. No! I'm going to get 7th. The bike, certainly with the gargoyle, I don't know if it does to other bikes, but when you hit the ramps, it does actually pull you fractionally a direction by the looks of it. Did okay on that one. Could have done better. Got a little bit unlucky again. It's someone in a swim. Very briefly, we saw someone in a swimming pool. God damn it. And for our final race, we are going to go with some muscle cars. The track is called Duel. I think we're going to stick with the gauntlet, to be honest. Let's go with incredibly blue. The orange colour doesn't really work with that livery on the gauntlet. This track is one of the ones that I actually tested a little bit earlier. This is a really interesting track. It's essentially 2 separate tracks, and you can choose which path you go down. I'll probably go down 1 each lap. It doesn't matter. They are identical. They cross over at slightly different points, I think. Oh, bloody hell. There we go. That stupid start bug is very annoying. Seeing as we're on this side, we will go here. The Dominator is very slidey. I drove the Dominator. I love the Dominator. I think it's a great car. I drove it when we did a test on this earlier. The Dominator is horrendously oversteery, hence why I've gone for the Gauntlet as the car I'm racing with just found out. There is the other side, so I am effectively in 4th place. Now, the downside for me here is they've got cars to slipstream off. I haven't. Although the plus point is they've got cars to crash into, and I haven't. So it can kind of work either way, as I'm actually very much on my own out here. I think the Dominator's probably, well, they are a long way back actually, struggling potentially with, whoa! Didn't know we crossed over there. Bugger. Well, I found cars to crash into. Oh, wow, I didn't actually know we crossed over at that point, otherwise I would have thought about it more. That's, yeah, I guess that's where the blue side of the track. Oh, that's close up ahead. We'll rejoin this higher level. Well, bugger me. My plan has just not worked for any of these races, unfortunately. We do have a loop coming up, so we're going to get back into a first-person view to deal with this loop. The Dominator is really struggling with oversteer. I'm struggling with a curb ever so slightly. We're going for an overtake while coming in to the loop. Oh, what have been turned? Perhaps through a lack of visibility on that one. I hope at least. Oh, we've plummeted down to the back of the pack here. Alright, let's try and get up the inside of one of the Dominators. We are in apparently 6th place. Who knows? There's blue team going for a jump across there. This track, sorry. I'm kind of sorry. I mean, I've lost as much time as you have. Not intentional with that one. It's a cool track design, but the race, only just made it up. The race is really hard to keep track of. It's really hard to tell where you are in relation to everyone else, because you literally sort of meet up at one point on the circuit, which is here. We're in 8th. We've got a Stallion up ahead. We are not going to follow the Stallion. We're going to go this way around. Oh, I thought I could get away with more speed. I could not. And we have got a Gauntlet following us. I mean, this kind of circuit does open up a whole lot of potential for creator maps. And hopefully when the update comes that allows us to use these new props, should it allow us to have split routes for courses, that gives us heaps of opportunity to do various bits and pieces, which could potentially make things very, very interesting. There's a lot of certainly potential with this expansion, DLC, whatever you want to call it, for crazy stuff, and I always approve of crazy stuff. Now I'm going to go up this side. I'm going to try. It's quite hard to go up one side or the other at that section. Well, my great plan at the start to run away without traffic around me has failed, but we may still get a podium, possibly. It's very hard to tell with the positions changing almost constantly here. Around the loop we go. That's probably one of the nastiest loops actually on these circuits, because it's not a very wide exit to it. There's no margin for error on the dismount, essentially, so you can end up getting flung well clear without quite realising it, with very little time to correct. Oh, through the crossover point. Oh, get turned. Come on, Gauntlet. Come on, Gauntlets, we can do this. We can get a podium after all of the crap that went on at the start. Oh, there's a Carlo right behind us who is probably going to get the slipstream. This is going to be really close, I think, as we come around the finish line. Oh, no, we're going to lose to... we're going to get 5th. The slipstream was too good. That's a good overtake. I'll give credit to the Gauntlet that got past me there. It was a well-timed overtake. I think I may have got a little slide at the wrong moment, lost some time and all of that. Yeah, it's a cool track. A really cool track. Very, very difficult to tell quite how you are faring. And actual side-by-side racing, overtakes and so on are not so much a thing around here because, well, the field gets split up very quickly and so on. But nevertheless, yeah, a really interesting circuit. Well, got a 5th place. However, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.